All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of JWAD TV. I am your host, Jordan Waddell, and today we have a very special guest to talk about a topic that I think is not discussed enough, and that topic is officiating. This man has officiated football, basketball, baseball, softball, even roller hockey in 4 different states, including Texas, Florida, Tennessee, and Washington. He's currently a part of the River City Umpires Association in Florida. Let's please welcome on Steve Waddell. Steve, how's it going?
Going great, man. Thanks.
Out in Florida, what's the weather like today?
Oh, it's beautiful. Sunny, 82. Couldn't be better.
Typical Florida. Well, let's just jump right into it. It's baseball season. How's the baseball season going?
Oh, man. Fast and furious. This was predominantly the first week of the season for most of the high schools in this area. And I think just with a little bit of an umpire shortage, I participated in 6 games myself this week.
6 games this week. So 6 games in how many days?
5 days. 6 games in 5 days. I had 2 doubleheaders.
Wow. All right. Hey, but the paycheck's coming, right?
I hope so.
There we go. Right. So just to start off here, what's something you think an average fan or parent would be surprised to learn when it comes to officiating?
There is a ton of education that leads up, a lot of training that leads up and is accomplished prior to the season.
Right.
Many hours, whether it's in person or online or going to meetings, going to training venues, and both on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field type.
Right.
And all of that is uncompensated. That's all time that basically we donate to ourselves. Leading up before we even get on the field to call.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that. They think we just walk out on the field and we know what we're doing.
That's something I just learned myself right there. I would assume there is education, but didn't think about how that's free time that you guys are spending doing so. So maybe that leads right into my next question, which is, what do you think the most difficult aspect of officiating is?
I think the interaction with the coaches and the fans is the primary reason why people decide not to get involved with the officiating.
Sure.
So I would say that probably is the most difficult thing. You're always going to have that. I mean, that's what we are as sports fans. We're passionate about our game and about our players, our teams, and
our kids.
Yeah, kids, exactly. Parents, we've all heard the stories and they're true, unfortunately.
Right.
So learning how to deal with those interactions and keeping things as positive as you possibly can going through can really be challenging, and especially for an inexperienced person.
Sure. No, I did, I think, 3 games of T-ball, and I was out, just parent interactions. So I can relate and I can understand, and good on you. I guess going right into my next question would be, which sport would you say is the most difficult to officiate? You've done multiple different sports, so which one would you find is the most challenging?
This probably varies, I would imagine, from every official that does multiple sports. But for me, basketball is the most challenging. The reason for that is, for one, to me, basketball is a much more physical sport than I think people think that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Every time there's a little bit of contact or something, somebody wants a foul or some kind of violation,
right.
To me, that just simply isn't true. But even more so than that, it's by far and away, if you look at the venue, the crowd is literally right on top of you. They can literally be 2 feet away from you. Yep. All the way around all 4 edges of the court, and they're right in your ear, they're right in your face, and they think they got the same best aspect.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Being a public address announcer now through a full basketball season, they're on top of you. They're gonna let you know, and you can hear every word they're saying.
Yeah, and it all game long. It never ends.
Yeah,
it doesn't stop.
Well, how about the opposite side of the spectrum? What's the sport you have the most fun officiating?
Football.
Sure. Especially, I would say, in Texas and Florida, right? I mean, lights are a little bit brighter down here.
Absolutely huge in Texas as well as Florida. And the high school venues just continue to blow my mind. They're so nice. And the fans are passionate, again, about the game. The whole production to it, you would think it was something on the professional side of things.
I agree.
They really do a good job.
It's mind-blowing. Broadcasting side, all the way down to the officiating crews, the pregame ceremonies. It's professional level. It's pretty crazy.
It really is. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy football.
Well, I won't keep you too much longer. I'll get you out of here with one last question. How about a young official, maybe someone who's looking to break into the industry? What kind of advice would you give someone that's looking to break into officiating?
You probably need to enter officiating with the mindset that it's something that you could, if you're not passionate about it, it's something you can become passionate about. And you have to come into the mindset that you're giving back to the game. You're doing this for some other reason other than trying to earn money. Because if it's all about the money, I think that you're going to be disappointed yourself. And you're probably not going to give back to the game what the game needs of you. So I would just say, hey, I'm coming in because I want to help the kids. I want to help the team. I want to be there. Without us, the game can't go on. And try to get passionate about it if you're not passionate about it already. And really from there, that's 90% of it, honestly.
Sounds like great advice. I agree. Also, don't make the game about yourself, right? It's not about you. It's about the players.
I had a really, really tough week this week. The last thing I ever want to do is I don't ever want any outcomes or anything of any games come down to something that I did. It's not about, exactly right. It's not about me. But unfortunately, things happen and we aren't perfect. And I definitely demonstrated that this week. And tough week for me. But try not to make this about you. It's about the kids.
I'd throw it up there as one of the toughest jobs to do. President of the United States, police officer, official. I'd say you got it.
Youth sports official.
Youth sports specifically, the parents are insane. I just witnessed a parent jump the bandstands to go attack another parent at a game I did down here in Texas over a women's basketball game that was a 40-point blowout. So, and the officials were a big part of that. And I think that was a big part of it too. You've got to be able to control the game, right? I mean, this team was running press defense up 30 with 2 minutes left in the game. It got chippy, and then the parents got involved.
Yeah, that's something we talk an awful lot about is game management. Game management is huge, and again, that you get better at that with the more experience you have. But I've been in that situation that you talk about so many times, and as officials, you want to say something so bad to these coaches, and we can't. There are some things that the officials could do to try to combat some of that, but
right.
Yeah,
I will say that great restraint. I've seen great restraint of the officials. I've even wanted to turn around and say something, and I don't know how they don't sometimes. So, well, Steve, hey, I'll get you back to your cocktail on the beach down there in Florida. I know we've got a big hockey match up tonight. I know you're a big hockey guy. You ever think you're gonna lace up the skates again? Maybe try to be a linesman. Let's get you back on the skates.
I'm always thinking about something, but that one might be a little far-fetched. Man, it would sure be fun trying.
It's fun. USA versus Canada, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. You got a prediction for that one?
I like the momentum the Americans have. I think Canadians had a tough game. They got the OT win, which is good. But but the Americans, man, that third period, I hope they come in and roll with that momentum and keep it going.
The Kachuk brothers, or the Bash brothers as we're starting to nickname them. That's going to be a wild one in Montreal tonight. Steve, I appreciate your time. I'll let you go and look forward to talking to you next time.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Thanks for having me.